brought me to working with you was, like I said, I'd had like 5 years of false starts. I had worked with a couple of other writing coaches prior to that, which were people who served to overwhelm me in many ways. And I'd bought software and done online courses. I mean, like I had worked with the system for a while before we met. And the thing that first attracted me to working with you was I read your stuff and I was like, I love how she writes. And I knew that I wanted to write this book as a story, and your writing really resonated with me. So that was the first thing that had me contact you. And the thing that was the difference in working with you than working with somebody else is, and this is interesting because there's a way that people coach people. And one way that people coach people is, I call it consulting because it's not really coaching, is when they tell them just like, what's the next thing to do? What's the next thing to do? And then they drive them down into these little like minutia of stuff. And we sometimes can get lost in lose sight of the bigger picture. The thing about working with you is that, and this is what I say that I do with people all the time, is like, lift up your head, look out, where are you going? Like, what's the next thing? What's the most important thing? So like when I would start getting stuck in the minutia, you would lift my head up and go, all right, what are you trying to say here? What's the point you're trying to make? What's the message you want to deliver? Like you would just ask me more and more questions. And that really, and as a business coach, and what I know is that that's one of the greatest gifts that we can give somebody else is asking them questions so that they have a greater sense of clarity, so that they have more confidence, so they can take more powerful actions. And that's exactly what you do. That's your approach, is to ask a lot of questions. So, I mean, you're an amazing editor too. And like, what about this and what about that? But more importantly, like, I felt like I wrote the book and you helped me be a better writer and think more clearly in the process, which had me be more confident about what I was actually writing about.